Hello, everybody. My name is Brandy Wilson. I am an independent author, and I'm also the creator and the writer for and CEO, apparently, of Hello Friends. So thank you, guys.
Hi, guys. I'm Kayla. I host the podcast here with Brandy, and I actually work in staffing, which has nothing to do with this at all. But that's totally fine. Today, we really just wanted to kind of talk about the basics, talk about what friendship is and what makes somebody a hella friend, like why we believe in that and why that's so endearing to us when we are considering the friendships we have.
So the podcast title, Hello Friends, actually came to birth from my first book. My first book is based on the friendships that we cultivate with one another, with men and women and our children. And it kind of took me on this journey to where there were people in my life that I needed to tell them, I love you right now. And then there were people I needed to let go. So in writing my book, Hello Friends was born, which took a strange turn this year because my original co-host she's actually the creator of this podcast. She came to me and was like, you know what? You should do this. You have a voice. People like to hear you. You should totally do this. But she took a step away. So Kayla, my dear friend of over a year, I said, you want to do this with me?
And of course I said yes.
Yeah, she didn't think about it. It was just, okay, yeah, I'm going to do it. Sure.
Yeah, my husband was like, well, what is happening? We're laying in bed, right? And all of a sudden, I like kind of look over at him and I'm like, hey, on Saturday, I'm going to go record a podcast. And he's like, what are you talking about? And I'm like, yeah, I'm just going to like go really quick. No biggie. I'll be right back. Watch the sun. Everything's good. You got the boys. And it was the best time I've had. I think for me, I cherish mine and your friendship in a way that I feel like I don't find it very often in life. When you're walking through the terms, there's so many different levels to friendship. So when I meet somebody, I'm immediately sadly classifying you. Like, are you somebody I see myself really vibing with, someone that I'm going to be close to? Because I don't have a lot of space in my life. I don't have the space to have tons of people around. It's going to be the hella friends, the people that matter the most, the people that are always there for you.
Which is strange because we were instant friends.
Yeah.
Like we met and it was like we had never parted ways. Like we had been friends for 40 years and we had literally just met. And I'm one of those people that most people think I'm friends with everybody. Not really true. My day job, my Clark Kent job, I manage people and their emotions all day. So I really don't like people that much. So when I find someone that vibes with me, that means something to me. And me and Kayla just became very quick friends. And we talked every day from the time we met until now. I don't think is there a day we haven't
I mean, if we have, I was probably very depressed. So we can excuse that and just let that go. Yeah, I think that's the thing for me is that whenever I meet somebody, there are some times that you just recognize that person.
Yeah.
And I mean like recognize them. Not who you're seeing in front of you, but just that soul connection, that soul moment of like, wait, I see you. And you see me, and like, now this is it.
Yeah,
you're stuck with me,
now
Brandy.
We're married. We're married now. The only way you're getting out of this is divorce, or I kill you. So,
you heard that first, right? Yeah. But yeah, for sure. I think that a lot of times it's hard to manage friendships, especially when you're an adult. Once you get into adulthood, it's like, where do I meet someone? Where do I become friends with them? And how do I really know that it's going to work in that way? So I think when you find the person that it does click with, you do have to just kind of grab hold and be like, nope, this is it. This is it. This is it.
And some people can kind of fool you too. They can
sure.
pretend to be your friend and they're not really your friend. They can pretend to support you and love you through things. And in reality, they're just pulling energy away from you. And I had to realize that after trial and error a lot.
That's for all of us.
I know, but once that light bulb clicks, you start to realize, okay, these are the people I want to invest my life with. And I don't do that very lightly now. I mean, my tribe is maybe 5 people that know what's going on in my life, which is, I like that now. But when I was younger, the status quo is how many friends can you have?
Yeah, it's quantity over quality.
Yeah.
And then eventually as you transition into adulthood, you say, okay, wait, it's not about the quantity of friends I have. It is about the quality. Who is going to show up? Who's going to be there for me no matter what I'm doing, no matter what mistake I've made, because I make 1,000 mistakes and I need somebody who is going to ride with me regardless of where I'm at in life, what I'm doing. Like, I just need that person that I can call on the phone and say, listen, I am down and out and I need you right now.
Yep.
And that person, no matter what is happening in their world, say, I got you, what's happening.
Yep.
And like, that's why for me, this last week, leading up to this event, we've been working on it for a while. But the last week, all of a sudden, both of our lives kind of light on fire.
Yeah.
And it was that reminder of, no, this is what it's about, though. Like, wait, this is perfect timing because it's what it's about. It is us saying, like, no, I'm here for you no matter what. I know you had a ton of stuff going on and you still were like, no, call me, what's happening? Like, let's chat.
Yeah, my life was really life in me the last 2 weeks. My life was on fire. And in trying to plan this event, and I was just like, you know what? I'm going to call Kayla and I'm going to vomit everything that's going on and let her know. And she was like, all right.
Yep.
I'm going to take this from you right now.
Yeah, I got that. You know what? Cross that off your list.
Yeah.
You can check that off. You're handled.
And you don't need to worry about any of this bullshit today. Just work on yourself today. And it was like that for like the past 2 weeks. I would call and I'm like, okay, so this happened. She's like, all right, what else? What you need? What? I got you. And those are the people I really love to have around me, because the only thing that is valuable that you have in your life is your time. You cannot replace it once you spend it. You can't get it back. So in my middle-agedness, I very much value my time. I know. I'm owning it.
Hey, you have to.
I'm owning it. But I know that once I spend my time, I can't get it back. So I refuse to spend it with the wrong people. So when Kayla came in and was like, I got you, I can do this, that secured in letting me know this is my person. This is one of my ride or dies. This is when life be life, and she got my back, and vice versa.
Yeah. Well, because in the middle of all that, we're going through it. And then, like I'd mentioned, I work in staffing. And for those of you who don't know, staffing is like a whole other ball game. And post-COVID, it has never gotten back to normal. So like it is constant dumpster fire after dumpster fire. And it is just a matter of trying to control the chaos all the time. And I typically thrive in that. So no biggie. We're going through it. I'm taking off her plate. And then on Tuesday, it was just one of those days. I am at a client site trying to finish out the day. I'm trying to calm him down. He's very irate. And at the time, my lovely team is texting me saying, hey, we have a talent who is talking about committing suicide. We don't know what to do. For anyone who doesn't know me, I am very, very big in mental health. I went through a lot of childhood trauma. And for me, I'm immediately like, nope, what can we do? Like, we need to send him the programs we offer. We need to get with HR. Like, I'm spiraling and I'm trying to handle and manage the chaos. I also am thinking of all the things I know she has been trying to do that day. She needs me. She's been trying to get a hold of me for hours, and I've not been able to get back to her because I am in the middle of like the thunderstorm. And I text her and I said, hey, I promise you I'm going to hold space for you. I need you to give me like another hour. I have therapy today. So perfect timing for that session to hit right after the fact that all this is going on. So let me get through that. I will call you. Listen, I'm not going to want to talk. I'm not going to be chatty. I'm not going to be like my usual, oh my God, hey, da, 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 da. You're not getting it. I'm not going 90 miles an hour right now. I am at a dead halt, but I'm here for you. Give me an hour. I'm going to give you a call. And when I called you, because I had texted you briefly and I was like, this happened, this happened, this happened, this happened. Like a bullet point. Yeah. You can tell that I work in corporate America. Bullet points. These are all the things I'm dealing with today. This is why I'm not going to want to talk. It's not you. It's not anything to do with what's happening. Just this is what's going on. And when I called you, I know that you're going through some of the hardest days at the beginning of this week. And as soon as you said hello, you were like, hey, do you want to talk about it? And then the fact of her giving me for one, just asking, I don't think that happens enough. People don't ask first. They just immediately start dumping and like going or like trying to pry information out of you. I might not be ready to talk yet. Give me a minute. So she said, do you want to talk about it? And I said, no. And I didn't give her anything else to go with that. And I was so secure in mine and your friendship that I knew you weren't going to hear that and be like, oh, I'm going to take that personal. I'm going to take that any kind of way. You immediately were just like, okay, so do you want to go ahead and move in? I was like, just give me the update. Like, let's just hit it. And it was just that moment of like, because you hold that space and you're always the person that I think at the end of the day, I know that if I hold the space for you, it'll be returned when I need it too. Aww. It's always like a mutual like situation that we're in. So even when you call, I'm cooking dinner, whatever, I'm like, well, speakerphone, like, sorry, boys, you're going to hear me and Brandy talking for the next hour. But I think it's so important because I don't know if I would be able to handle the job that I work in, the podcast on top of that, my marriage, motherhood, and literally any other friendships and relationship that tie into that if I didn't have such solid friendships like I do with you.
Yeah. Some of mine are like really solid, not all of them. And I also thrive in chaos. Not sure why. I do.
It's the trauma.
It's the trauma that does it. Because I have a full plate constantly, and people that don't know me think I just handle stuff really well. No, I don't. I go and cry in my closet and look at all my pretty shoes. So I understand what that's like, and I can provide a safe space with the people that I love and say, what's going on? You know, all this other stuff can wait. Talk to me about what's going on right now. I love you, and I want you to know that I love you, and I want you to know that you matter. But I wasn't always like that. I actually had a friend remind me, hey, when we talk, sometimes you don't even ask me how I'm doing. And I had to become more mindful of that. It was one of those things where I was like, you're right. I didn't ask you how you were doing. I just called you and just started going into my spill of what was happening to me. That is not fair. That's not an even relationship. That's not an even friendship. So I consciously made that change because I didn't want to be that person. I didn't want to be that self-centered friend. And so now when we talk, the first thing I ask them is, how are you doing? How's your mental health? How's your family? And they're like, why do you always ask me all these questions? I was like, because it is a conscious effort now.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I catch myself doing that a lot. I have a best friend that I've been best friends with since like 15. So back in high school, it's been over half my life at this point. And she'll call me when she knows I should be on my way home from work or whatever, just to chat or catch up. Sometimes she has stuff going on, but she lives in Oklahoma. So I don't always know what's going on. I don't know what's happening. And I'll catch myself doing that, where I've taken over the conversation because I had just 1,000 things I wanted to chat about. And my little brain was jumping from this topic to that topic. And I just at no point stopped and said, oh, wait, you called me.
Yeah.
Like, what did you want? Like, what's up? What do you need to talk about? Like, so it is a conscious effort. And it is something that I think it's very important for us to take the time to sit with ourselves, evaluate our friendships and our relationships, and make for sure that we are showing up for people in the way that they need. Because I think it's very easy to try to just always show up for people in the way that you would want someone to show up for. Yep. And you don't always take the moment to say, wait. What did they need from me right now? And making sure that as their friend, you're providing that and doing that.
I also learned, now that I have grown children, that my children are my friends, because I can call them and talk to them and vent to them, and they understand me better than anybody else. And so I will call my son, and he's like, hey, Mom, what's going on? I need you to come over here and have a beer with me. just come talk to me.
I just need you.
Yeah. I need to be in your presence. I need to hold space with you. I need to have a conversation with you, because in being a young mom, you grow up with your kids. And so they are your friends. You don't have any other friends. You got them.
Yep.
They looking at you, you looking at them, and vice versa.
All day, every day.
Yeah, like we going Wendy's, what we doing? Like I'm tired of being in this room with you. And so now that my children are adults, I realize those are my friends. Those are relationships that I cultivated and I built. And not everybody's friends with their kids. I'm not friends with my mother.
I thankfully, my example of that, because my son's just about to turn 12, so we're not quite there yet. We're in the building blocks. I'm always telling him, like, come on, like, you have to hang out with me. Like, let's find new hobbies to do together, because I refuse to let him, like, grow up and just think he's gonna, like, run off. Like, I am sorry, but I have been with you forever. You are coming right back here. We're spending that time together. But my example of that was my mom, actually. Oh. So my mom and I are very close. We are very alike. Sometimes that gets us in trouble. Sometimes we fight a lot because we're a little too much alike. But my mom is that person that I call her at least every 2 to 3 days. Mm-hmm. And it's just an hour-long set, like, just chat of me just being like, hey, like, what are you doing? And she's like, Kayla, I am managing the campground. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. You know what's happening. And I'm like, yeah, well, I'm driving home from work and I don't have anything, but just talk to me because, like, I love you and you're my best friend, and, like, like, have that conversation with me. And I think that it's really helpful because my mom has seen me throughout every stage of my life. She has been such a big cheerleader and motivator for me throughout kind of everything. And even though there are a lot of moments that have been difficult for us in our relationship, we've had a lot of moments where I've had to take a step back or whatever, just we couldn't have that relationship in that time period because I was needing to heal from things. But she is my best friend, and she is a person I call, and I want that so much with Ryder as well. So I push really hard with him because I'm like, no. I want you to be one of those kids that grow up. You don't really talk to your mom. You don't talk to your parents because they end up being your best friends. They've seen you through everything. They know exactly who you are, almost sometimes better than you know yourself.
Oh, yeah. My son is here. Wave, Josh. Say hello. He knows me better than anybody. He literally knows me better than anybody. And it's weird when I talk to him now because he's an adult and he will give me advice.
Yeah.
And
I
I'm
give
like,
my mom advice all the time.
I'm like, you don't know me. Oh, wait. Yeah, you do.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, you do. You know me like that.
He's like, hold on.
Yeah.
Let me preach first and then make your commentary.
Yeah.
Because I promise you, I know what's going on and what needs to happen.
Because he said that last week when I called him and I was like, the world was on fire. And it's so very calm. And I'm just like, this is happening and this is happening. And I'm freaking out over this. And he's just like, yeah, okay, I hear you. Yeah, I got you, Mom. I got you. I feel you. I'm gonna need you to calm down. Just, I'm gonna need you to take a step back and think about what you're saying. And because he said it to me, it made sense. So, oh wow, that was 30 minutes.
Dang,
Booyah!
Fast.
I know. And that's the whole point of the podcast, is to sit down and hold conversations with your friends. And hold safe conversations and conversations that you would normally have every day.
Yeah, conversations, I think, too, that sometimes we're scared to have. Sometimes it's topics that affect you in such a personal, deep level that you don't know where to go or who to turn to. Mm-hmm. So I think it's just important, as women especially, that we open up those conversations and we're, sitting here just accepting each other, holding that space, and regardless of our differences, just allowing each other to really lay it out and learn and grow together from there.
And just be a hella friend.
Be hella friends forever.
Forever, ever.
Forever, ever.
That is our episode, guys.
Yeah.
Thank you. We will open it up to any questions that you might have. I don't know if anybody has a question for us, perhaps.
I have a couple questions. What has hosting a podcast taught you about yourself?
You want to go first?
Oh, I can.
Go.
So I think for me, I just kind of started out, but it really reminded me that I still have a lot of work to do in being vulnerable. It's something that I've always tried to preach on, and I try very hard to just remain this raw, honest version of me and who I am and what I've gone through. And I think once I realized, like, oh yeah, but it could be heard by someone I am not having that conversation with personally.
Yeah.
Just that I still have a lot of work that I can do, a lot of room that I can grow, especially in that aspect of just being vulnerable and opening it up to maybe help someone else.
Mine's a little different. My experience in this, and I've been doing it a whole year next month, is I cannot be silenced.
Oh,
I know. I'm deep. I'm so deep. I cannot be silenced. I have a voice and it can be heard, and I deserve to be heard, and I can stand up and I can shout from the top of the roof, and I am going to be heard. I am not going to be silent. I grew up in a society to where, it was a very 50s style, and women were to be pretty and seen and not heard. Yep. And I need to be heard.
Yeah. No, I really love that. I always said I grew up in a really small town in a really religious family, and that was always the thing of women should cook and clean and take care of the kids and not be heard. And I don't know if y'all realize, I am very loud. I was not going to accept that.
Yeah.
So no, I love that.
Yeah, I'm going to be heard. I'm going to write it down. I'm going to talk about it. We're going to be heard. So,
I have one more question.
Okay.
What advice can you give to someone who's ready to start their podcast but maybe doubting themselves?
Oh, do you want me to go?
You can go.
Do you see that? I'm excited.
I'm like, you're very excited about that question.
I think that you really need to take the time to look inside, be yourself. This world has so many people in it, and you can connect and relate to people that you never thought that you could literally just by showing the world your authentic self. And don't be scared that you're going to post something and it's like, oh, okay, maybe it gets 10 likes, maybe whatever. Who cares? Like, this is for you. It's to make yourself feel good. Do it for yourself. Take that time and just show the world who you are. Just really embrace it, because I think as women, we've spent too many years being quiet, not being heard, not being able to just be who we are, because there's so many society standards on what we need to do, what we need to say, how we need to dress. Who cares? Be yourself and just embrace it. Show the world. And I promise you that there is someone else out there who, when they see you, is going to say, oh, that's me. They're going to see themselves in you. So just do it.
So I honestly didn't want to start a podcast. I didn't. I was talked into this. And apparently I'm good at it. Didn't think I was going to be good at it either. So if I could give anyone some advice when starting a podcast, it is, you have a story to tell. Someone wants to listen to it. So let your voice be known. Just tell your story. It doesn't matter what anybody's opinion of it is. Just tell your story. Get it out so other people can understand it, because I guarantee you somebody relates to it. So don't be scared. These cameras, they're nothing. Just tell your story.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I agree with that.
Yeah.
I love that.
All right, ladies, that's it. Everybody give it up for Hella Friends.
Thank you, guys.